Have you ever looked up at the stars and thought, we can't be the only ones out here, right? With over 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe, each holding billions of stars, and many of those stars surrounded by planets, it's hard not to wonder, is Earth really the only place where life exists? Science certainly doesn't think so. With powerful telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope, scientists are now discovering thousands of exoplanets, some of which lie in the Goldilocks zone. Not too hot, not too cold, just right for liquid water. These discoveries are exciting and mysterious, but so far there's no official proof of alien life. Still, the question hangs in the air. If life exists out there, what does that mean for us? And more importantly for many believers, what does the Bible say? Does it support the idea or completely reject it? Here's where it gets interesting. The Bible doesn't talk about aliens in the way we see them in movies. No flying saucers, no green creatures with big heads, no government cover-ups. But it does describe something that could challenge how we define life beyond Earth. It speaks of angels. Now think about this. Angels are intelligent, powerful beings created by God. They don't live on Earth. They aren't part of the human race. They dwell in spiritual realms, higher dimensions we can't even fully comprehend. And when they do appear to people, it's often dramatic, terrifying, or unexplainable. By definition, that makes them extraterrestrial, literally not from Earth. They're not aliens in the sci-fi sense, but they are beings from beyond our world. Some of the descriptions are even bizarre. Ezekiel, for example, describes a vision of heavenly beings with multiple faces, glowing metal, wheels within wheels, and wings covered in eyes. That sounds less like a human vision and more like something you'd hear in an alien documentary. And here's the thing. The people who saw angels in the Bible often fell to the ground in fear. Why? Because they were witnessing something completely other, something powerful, unnatural, beyond human understanding. So, maybe when we ask, is there life beyond Earth? The answer is yes. And the Bible told us long ago. But let's take it a step further. The Bible doesn't say Earth is the only place God created life. It just focuses on our story, humanity, sin, redemption, and the relationship between God and mankind. But that doesn't mean Earth is all there is. Could God have created life elsewhere? Could other planets have their own story, their own timeline, purpose, or beings we don't know about? The answer has to be, of course he could. The same God who created galaxies and black holes, supernovas, and subatomic particles. He's not limited by human imagination. If he wanted life on 1,000 other planets, he could do it in a breath. And if he didn't, that's his choice too. But here's the beauty of it. Faith and science don't need to be enemies. Science seeks the how, faith seeks the why. And together, they give us a fuller picture of this amazing universe. Science is helping us explore the vastness of creation, maybe even preparing us for a moment in the future when we might discover something out there that shakes our understanding. And when that day comes, we don't have to panic, because the Bible already taught us that we're not alone. Not just because of angels, but because God Himself is always present, and because the spiritual realm is alive with activity. We already believe in beings beyond this earth. We already believe in higher powers, forces of good and evil, and unseen realities. We already believe in a creator who exists beyond time and space. So if tomorrow NASA announced the discovery of intelligent life, would that destroy your faith? It shouldn't. Because faith was never about being the center of the universe. It's about being in a relationship with the one who created the universe. Let's entertain one final thought. What if the beings we call angels have been appearing throughout history, not just as glowing figures with wings, but in ways people of different cultures and times have misunderstood? What if many of the so-called alien sightings that people report today are actually misinterpretations of something spiritual, not physical? It's a bold question, and we may never know for sure. But isn't it fascinating to imagine that the supernatural beings mentioned in Scripture, messengers of God, warriors of heaven, protectors and judges, might be the aliens we've been searching for all along? The real question isn't, is there life out there? The real question is, what kind of life, and who created it? And from a biblical perspective, the answer always comes back to God. Whether we are alone in the universe or not, we are not forgotten. We're known. We're created with purpose. And we're part of something far bigger than we can see. So stay curious, ask questions, and don't be afraid to blend faith and science. Because if God made the entire universe, then He's big enough to handle all the mysteries in it. See you in the next video. Bye.